Our poll question is as follows, and we would like you to vote. And when you do vote, vote hard. Does the 2024 U.S. men's basketball team rival the 1992 Dream Team?
No. Ooh.
Yes, it's tougher to win now. Man, it's really close. Or nah, shove that. Vote hard. Shove that straight up your little kid ass.
I never know what to do with this question because certainly this team could compete against any team ever assembled. The athletes today are better. They just are. But in comparative sense of who they played against, dude, that Dream Team beat everyone by like 70 points. So, I mean,
Couple things.
I don't know what to do with that.
Well, you're a sports guy.
Well, then no.
You're supposed to know.
There's no one better than the Dream Team. It was the greatest collection of talent ever assembled on a basketball court.
Yeah, most people so far, 60% saying shove it. Here are a couple things to consider. One, the Dream Team of 1992 had 11 NBA players. The rest of the entire tournament had 9.
Okay.
In the semifinal and final in 1992, the United States faced a total of 3 NBA players.
Yeah.
This team faced an entire tournament featuring 69 NBA players. They faced the NBA MVP in the semifinal, and of course, Wemby, perhaps a future league MVP in the final. The other thing to consider about the 92 team is, no question, talent-wise, you got the most talent ever. But Larry Bird never played in the NBA again. Magic Johnson came out of retirement.
Yeah.
Those guys were on their last legs. It was not peak Bird or Magic.
No.
And then if you look all the way down at the end of the roster, Christian Laettner was the one college guy on that team.
Should have been Shaq, but
it's amazing that Jason Tatum. So if you look at the DNPs, right? Christian Laettner and Jason Tatum, compare those two.
Sure.
I mean, it's insane that Jason Tatum, as good as he is, doesn't get any run on this team.
No.
I mean, it's that good. This team has perhaps the greatest player of all time, although you could argue the 1992 Dream Team had the greatest player of all time. I think it's LeBron, but that's a debate.
Sure.
You have the best three-point shooter ever and one of the best scorers in Kevin Durant ever on this team, and those are the old guys.
Yeah. Here's my thing. Like, if you want to go, and again, I never know what to do with this because it's different eras, but if you want to say that Steph Curry is the best shooter, sure. I'd still take Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson, to me, is a better point guard. So, to me, in that matchup, I'll take Magic. If you want to do the Michael LeBron thing, I don't know, you want to call that a wash? If you want to say you can give an edge, even though they don't play the same position. But
LeBron at 39.
Yeah, it's pretty
insane.
spectacular. But we're not talking about Jordan at 39. We're talking about Jordan at 32.
No, that's
and
right.
for me, I'll still take Michael, but I understand that.
Yeah,
right?
but I guess the question is, what would Jordan have been at 39? Not this.
Not this. Absolutely not. But he also wasn't on whatever program he's on. Anyway, in the middle, I'm sorry, but David Robinson and Patrick Ewing would bitch slap Joel Embiid.
Yeah, those guys were on the bench.
Those guys were on the bench.
Yeah, just looking at the 92 Dream Team starting lineup. It was Magic, Jordan, Ewing, Malone, and Pippen.
And so,
Ewing was in the start.
Ewing was in the starting.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm reading here.
Sorry, I'll take Chuck Barkley and Scottie Pippen. Look, if there's someone, there is no such thing as a LeBron stopper, but I have no problem rolling a peak Scottie Pippen out there against anyone in today's NBA. So, and by the way, that Karl Malone guy, yeah, he'd be pretty good. No offense to Bam Adebayo. You're not stopping Karl Malone on the block. He would shove your skinny ass 3 deep into the bleachers. So, like, this is such a phenomenal team, and I get that the athletes are better, and I'm not saying I'd even pick the Dream Team to win in a 7-game series, but people act like this team. I hear modern basketball guys act like the 92 team is like. If you want to go back into the 60s and 70s, I will listen to the argument that there was a bunch of bad athletes and plumbers and whatever. I worked out with Karl Malone. I can assure you there is no one in the NBA that is in better shape than Karl Malone. Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan would not physically be outmatched by anybody. They just wouldn't. Last time I checked, did anybody see David Robinson's body? You're telling me that Bam or Joel Embiid is somehow a better athlete than David Robinson? Yes, the league has gotten more athletic. The overall players at the bottom of the roster are more athletic than ever. But stop with this idea that Drexler and Robinson and Malone and Jordan and Pippen are somehow over their skis with these guys. Everyone's over their skis with LeBron, just like every two guard would be over their skis with Michael Jordan. No, you really think Anthony Edwards, for God's sakes, is checking Michael Jordan? Stop it. Get out of here.
Well, I don't know who. Sometimes the vocal minority or just the dumb narrative, for some reason, gets way too much breath. I don't know who is saying that about the 1990. Like, who is tearing down the 92 Dream Team? I think the question is.
I hear from
basketball
guy
again,
now.
Vocal minority. It's just the hot takey bullsh. Like, it's not that. Like, that's just dumb. But comparing the two is interesting. You know, I mean, it is, like I said, 9 NBA players in the entire tournament outside of Team USA in 92. There's 69 this year.
And this is why you can't in any way say that this team isn't great because they had 1 or 2 close games, because the competition they played is so much better than what the Dream Team played. I mean, people were asking the Dream Team for autographs, for God's sakes, before. Like, the world had not caught up, and it certainly has now.
Exactly.
And yet, we still
won.
They
still won.
And we had basically...
in dramatic fashion.
We had one game that was like, holy crap. Now,
USA! Oh, dude, they would have lost to France if it weren't for Steph Curry.
Yeah, but they were up by double digits or 10 most of that game.
They were gacking that
They would have lost
lead,
to Serbia if it weren't for Stephen Curry.
Look.
And LeBron.
The Serbia is the one where it was like, oh my God. The France game, they were in control the entire way. They were letting it go at the end, and then Steph decided to play Captain America and just give everyone the middle finger.
If Steph doesn't make... He made 4 threes in the last couple of minutes of that game. If he doesn't make those, they blow that lead and lose.
See, and I don't know. I don't know if they would or not.
He was the only guy doing anything in the last 2 minutes.
When he hit the heat check 3, that was as cool a basketball moment as I've seen in my entire life.
Might get to that in stock watch a little bit later.
Balls, that was awesome.
It was a fantastic game.
Yes.
The gold medal game.
Yeah.
These Olympics were amazing.
Yeah.